President Tinubu had a serious message for Nigeria's press corps at the presidential press corps dinner in Abuja on Thursday evening, warning against what he describes as irresponsible reporting that could undermine the country. Let's watch.
I made a commitment at the inauguration that I will do everything possible in my power to be consistent with the Federal Republic, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You and I promised one another that we must not undermine our country with irresponsible reporting. We will have no safe space left if we did. At the time when our nation is tackling security threats, neutralizing thousands of criminal elements, and rescuing hostages, the media should not become amplifier for those who wish to harm us. They want us divided. They want you and I to be afraid of one another. We will not surrender to their whims and crises. The media must resist the temptation of becoming megaphones for terrorists and kidnappers. We must protect our nation. Tonight, we gather not as adversaries, but as partners in the service of our democracy and our people. Yes, there is often tension between the government and the press, but that is the nature of democracy. The government must act, the media must watch. The government must explain, the media must question and back when necessary. It is this healthy tension that strengthens our republic. As the president, I've often found myself both praised and sometimes criticized, and sometimes in the same newspaper, in different days. One day I read in the headline that I said Tinubu's cost big in the economy, and Nigerian economy is expanding. The very next day, the same newspaper turned to another page and saw the backline. I encountered another headline: Nigeria's economy falters as Tinubu loses grip.
Well, the president said two very important things at that dinner: a warning against irresponsible reporting and a powerful reminder that in a democracy, the government acts and the media holds it accountable. But in Nigeria's recent history, irresponsible reporting often means reporting that does not please the government. It is worthy to note that press freedom is the cornerstone of every functioning democracy. It is not a privilege granted by government. It is a right guaranteed by the Constitution. The Nigerian Press Corps recognizes that the media is the fourth estate and must hold government to account and practice responsible reporting. But the real test is what happens when the story is uncomfortable for the government. Good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai. A lot of takeaways from that dinner yesterday, Dr. Abati. I'd like to just take a reaction before I come to you with this conversation. Well, a user on X wrote, "The government should not tell the media what to do. They're not your PR strategists. Let your work speak. And if the media is saying what is not, the NBC code is there to deal with it. So far, Nigeria is not a police state, and the government shouldn't tell the media what to report. Obviously, the president wasn't telling the media what to report, but you can, understand the feeling of how the president might have come across on social media. Your thoughts, Dr. Abati?
Okay, I think the president was balanced.
Yes.
In what he said, that the media should not engage in irresponsible reporting. He didn't need to explain that. We have often said here that it's not the job of the media to mislead the public, to give false information. And one of my favorite texts on that is Francis S. Merrill, where he discusses the concept of responsible journalism, which is also the title of the book. So, and then in terms of the quotes, if you look at all the quotes in the media industry, from the broadcasting Organization of Nigeria to the Guild of Editors, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, the whole purpose of those codes of ethics is all about responsible journalism. However, the president also recognized the fact that it's a partnership. The government acts, the media watches, asks questions, the government explains, and then the media should back if it must. That's, in a sense, the summary of what you were saying. And the media, as you pointed out, has a constitutional responsibility under Section 22 of the 1999 Constitution to hold government accountable and to uphold the principles of, the social contract between the government and the governed. And that same Constitution goes further in Section 39 to uphold the right of people to express themselves and the right of persons to hold organs of mass communication. So all those rights are constitutional rights. You made a point about how government often interprets responsible or irresponsible journalism as what does not favor
what doesn't
government.
Favor them.
Yeah, that's where the problem is.
Correct.
And in those instances, you could find censorship, you could find dictatorship, which is what we deplore. There should be no censorship, there should be no intimidation or harassment. And that's why you have groups like the Committee to Protect Journalists.
Good.
And
Fantastic.
Similar groups, Media Rights Agenda, and such other groups. Because journalists, they face a lot of risks, either at the war front or in terms of what they do on a day-to-day basis, particularly in a country where people are very intolerant of criticism and opposition.
Correct.
The only part that is missing in that statement by President Bola Tinubu is that he didn't go further to disclose that he is also a member of the media community. He's a publisher, right? He's a media owner.
He's a media mogul.
Both, which one is mogul now? He's a media owner. He owns newspapers, he has radio stations, he has a TV station. So he's also one of us.
Yes.
So we expect synergy, from someone like him who is also a member of our community. And I thought he would go a step further to express support as the person in charge of policy. Because the media establishment in Nigeria needs a lot of support. Either in terms of tax waivers for importation of equipment or in terms of importation of newsprint. And all of that will be promoting, literacy, enlightenment in this society. That's the kind of commitment we expect from the president of Nigeria, who is also, a media entrepreneur. The only thing is that, the question of the day is what about social media, the non-traditional media? I don't think they were in the room there because I think most of the gray areas in terms of journalism practice, in terms of media practice, in terms of information dissemination, most of those gray areas could be traced to, the citizen journalist who has almost no restraint in terms of the codes that I referred to earlier on. The tragedy, or if not a tragedy, the interesting thing is that today, everyone has become a journalist. All you need is just one small miserable phone sent to you by your sister or brother living abroad. And then you can be recording stories all over the place. Look at the amount of reporting we got from the untrained journalists during flooding.
Mm.
So it's a new dynamic completely.
We had reporting from untrained journalists
Most of those reports.
Oh, you mean like, okay,
they were from
videos,
Instagram.
yes. And there's called eyewitness report. I was thinking what you were saying.
And it is news.
It's news, all right.
They put commentary too.
All right.
They editorialize.
They do editorialize as well. But yeah, I thought the president was balanced as well. But, that's the fear of, freedom of the press. We have to ensure that is enshrined and that is practiced.
Of the press.
And that is practiced in Nigeria. Well, in the meantime, a light-hearted moment from Aso Rock that has Nigerians smiling and talking. President Bola Tinubu opened his remarks at the presidential press corps dinner on Thursday evening with a greeting that immediately went viral, welcoming guests, and then turning to his wife with a grin, calling First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu Iya Alakara, meaning Mama Akara Seller. Let's take a look.
Good evening, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My dear wife, the First Lady Iya Alakara.
Well, the president clearly decided the best response to the Akara controversy was humor. Nigerians online are divided, some finding it charming and relatable, others saying the joke lands differently when millions are genuinely struggling to put food on the table. Well, Iya wrote on X, LOL, them no send us at all. When people talk like this, it's because they are convinced in what they are saying. You don't have to agree, but they know why they keep doubling down on the Akara boilie sellers. It's an untapped opportunity in the informal sector. Any solution around making their business thrive will fetch you billions. Think of one today, don't sleep tonight. And then we got a comment from Leke King wrote, calling the First Lady Iya Alakara is culturally warm, politically risky, symbolically loaded, poorly timed. It reveals a disconnect between leadership tone and national hardship. Ayo, were you the one that wrote that first? Disclaimer. It wasn't you. But I like, the first excuse I wrote, they are doubling down. I mean, I thought it was a light-hearted moment. It was quite funny, and it's charming to see the relationship between the president and his wife. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I said a comment earlier off air that, it's good to know that there's still romance in Aso Villa. Romance isn't dead in Aso Villa. To be honest, I thought that was a great way to open what was the inaugural State House Correspondents' Press Corps dinner. And I thought it was interesting that he was able to bring some humor. And in the area of speech writing, he should give his speech writer for this particular one a tip, because that was a good opener and it took people by surprise. There are a few things that he demonstrated. Number one is that they are, like you said, they are doubling down on this Alakara narrative. And I believe that the way we had Mama Peace, Senator Oluremi Tinubu might very well now be known and addressed fondly as Iya Alakara. The other part of it is that we can also share that the president is aware of trending issues. So, when we talk about, does he know what people are suffering? Is he reading the comments? Obviously, the president is aware. He's in touch with that aspect of things. And that's why maybe one thing I'll take away from this is that the Nigerian people should not be discouraged from speaking out about issues that concern them, whether they agree or disagree with. Because even if there is a show of, it doesn't affect us or we don't really care about it, they do care about it. It does matter. Your voices do matter. Whether you agree or dissent with a view, it does matter. And that's why Nigerians must keep on using their platforms to speak up on issues that concern them. And that the president, as the leader of, at least of the nation, must keep a listening ear to the ground. The debate can continue, whether or not you agree with the First Lady's statement or not. But these are some of the things I've taken away from that, and that is that your voices matter. And whether or not it looks like a joke or not, it does carry weight. So that is great for Office of the Citizen, which is the most influential office in the land, and that's why we must speak about that. On another note, I still think it is a great opportunity for us not to just joke about such an important matter that's spiraled into national discourse. Should we rethink the way that empowerment is done? Whilst I'd said from the very beginning that there's a room and a place for the micro, small, medium scale enterprises, we should also, as a nation, especially at that level, think about how we deploy or how empowerment is done. But good one for the president. It was great that he was able to honor the press and also speak well to the press. I think we should see more of the president speaking to the people that elected him into office.
That is one thing I love. Very, very important, Ayo. You know you wanted to ask.
The State House press corps dinner is just a routine thing that the department organizes.
They call it inaugural. This one they said it was
no, we did it in the past. Maybe the person who called it inaugural does not have the knowledge.
Oh my God, that's Tinubu. What President Tinubu?
Or the information. You said somebody wrote this. I'm telling you that we did it in our time every year.
Dinosaur is speaking.
So you want to argue with me?
I'm saying what the fuck.
Okay, so I was just going to say that.
Because I saw you smiling.
The part of it that I was smiling because
I saw it.
I was looking around for the First Lady.
She blushed.
And I just said, as busy as the president is, he still has these lover boy skills.
He does. We have videos of their romantic dinners and all of that when they are dancing and twirling.
I hope the First Lady, with all that blushing yesterday, remember to prepare a meal of bean cake for the president this morning.
Bean cake is Akara. Everybody.
Bean cake
the Akara.
Yes. Yoruba, Akara.
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought it was a fun moment between the president. Yes.
Bean cake.
It's Akara.
Akara is
bean cake, Akara, yes. It's also moi moi, Oga Rufio.
I hope Akara was on the menu last night.
I'm sure it was.
Travis.
He would have been.
And if not at breakfast this morning. Iya Alakara.
Baba Alakara.
She now has a pet name. Yeah, like it was cute. I thought it was really
Alakara,
Stop it, I like it.
all right.